Best governments behave just like the mafia, except in one area. Their similarities include that the mafia collects its money as part of the profit that people and businesses in their communities make, just as governments collect the taxes from the income and profits of companies and workers. They understand it's best to share the milk every day for a long time rather than killing the cow and eating meat one day. So they leave the hard work of the economy to the companies and workers who are the cows who create that. They also support the economy to make sure that profits get bigger so that the mafia's take or the government's taxes also get bigger. For that reason, mafia raids outsiders to bring resources to their communities, just as governments take natural resources from weaker countries like African countries. They also make sure that members, for instance, of the mafia do not make separate take from the economy because a known amount should go to the mafia, otherwise there will be chaos. The same thing with governments, they prohibit both corruption and bribery from their officials. However, any business or a person who do not contribute to the take, the mafia takes their property, just as governments take the property of people who do not pay taxes and even send them to jail. When it comes to wars and fighting for power, the mafia uses professional killers to wage wars against other top bosses. They never send their professionals to kill the people. Same thing with good governments. They use media in political wars toward other politicians and never to the people. Unlike Somali politicians who actually make the fight between the people by arming young men and creating wars that never end. Now, those type of governments, like the ones in Somalia and most of African countries, are actually not as good as the mafia. The difference between a good government and the mafia is that the mafia has soldiers and at the top of which sits one person only called the capo. All the power and money goes to that one person as though he's a king or a dictator. And that person rules until they die. If they die peacefully, power is transferred to their kid. However, sometimes they are killed, and those who kill them take the power by force. As you can see, such system is not a stable system. It is continuously violent system, just like what happens in kingdoms and communist dictatorships. So to make sure a peaceful system is built, smart governments has established a system where there are institutions at the top of which many people sit. Those people are what's called politicians, and they are leaders in name only, presidents, ministers, and parliamentarians. All the money and power are actually under the institutions, the ministries, the courts, and the security apparatus who run the country. Whereas also those leaders in name are given small amount of money because a lot of money attracts the crazies. The US president makes $33,000 a month. That is far less than what the driver for the king of Saudi Arabia is paid a month. Also, to further ensure peace, every 4 or 5 years, there are elections to change those leaders. So anybody with ambition can wait 4 years, nominate themselves and run for that job. And the decision to who gets that job is done through election by the people, where the people select who they want. And since the people know that they have the power to select, everything is kept in peace. This type of system is democracy, which is the only thing that so far is working to keep stable governments and countries. Thank you.